Hey, what's going on, weirdos? Welcome into Movement Parallels Life. My name's Kellen. Thank you for joining me for today's 20-minute primal movement practice. As you can see, we're jumping right in on today's practice, starting with some simple joint mobility work. I invite you to follow along with me. It doesn't need to be a big deal. It doesn't need to be perfect, but this is simply an opportunity to take your joints through a full range of motion, check in with your body, see where your energy levels are at today, and I'll also give you the rundown on what to expect in the rest of today's practice. So we're going to keep rolling with the warm-up for about 3 more minutes, and then we'll get into today's primal movement practice. Now, just a reminder, don't get too hung up on that word primal. It doesn't really mean anything in particular, but we're not doing yoga here. We're not doing pure calisthenics or basic exercises. We're really exploring movement in a more universal and practical way. With that said, I want you to understand that there is no one single right way to do these movements, no exact or perfect form. This is a practice of exploring movement, playing, and figuring out what's going to work best for your body. So in today's movement practice, we're going to be exploring 6 different patterns of movement, and all of those patterns are going to focus on the core. And when I say that, of course, I mean abs, but also your back and hips as well. We'll work with each one of these movement patterns for 2 minutes. In that time, I'll share with you several different variations so you can scale things up, you can dial things back, and you can modify the practice to be whatever you need it to be today. So once again, the way that I approach movement is striving to get outside the box of traditional exercise and promote more play and creativity. Many of us live a life of extremes. Our day-to-day life doesn't have a lot of movement. We spend a lot of time sitting at desks, staring at computers, and then we have fitness, which usually gets focused on high intensity, very demanding, very repetitive movements. I designed these movement practices to bridge the gap between those two extremes. I want you to get a diverse array of movement to take care of your joints and get a balanced blend of strength and mobility so that you can stay moving well and enjoying all the activities that you love for as long as possible. So if that all makes sense and resonates with you, if you love the free videos that I put out here on YouTube, and if you value longevity and freedom of movement, then I have so much more movement goodness to share with you in my premium video subscription. Simply visit movementparallelslife.com. The link is down below. You can get an all-access 7-day free trial to check it out. Now we're just about done with our warm-up and mobility check-in. Take about 30 more seconds to finish up your squats or whatever you're working on. Start to make your way down to the ground. We're going to transition out of our warm-up into our movement practice. We're starting things off today with long body rolls. Start off in a hollow body position with your low back glued to the ground. With control, roll onto your side and then onto your stomach. Maintain your total body tension as you continue linking together these rolls. Now, I know that's easier said than done, and 2 minutes is a long time to be working with this pattern. So a possible modification here, instead of the hollow body roll, is to go with a reaching roll. Lie on your back and use either an arm or a leg to reach across your body. Allow the intention of the reach to pull you through the roll. When you need a rest, try to downshift rather than stopping altogether. I suggest rolling onto your back and then tucking in your arms and legs. Hold this supine tuck position until you're ready to resume the long body rolls. You can incorporate some additional core work with these long rolls by adding in hollow body rocks and arch body lifts. Keep it up. We've got 20 seconds left. All right, that's time. Next, we're transitioning to a plank sequence. Start off in a strong forearm plank. Extend one arm into a forward reach. Sweep the arm overhead and back, and then swing it around back to the start position. Replace the arm and switch sides. After both reaches, walk your way up to a high plank. Touch your knee to your triceps on both sides, and then walk your way back down. Two minutes is a long time to be planking, so you might add in a few seconds of active rest in this sequence. One suggestion, from your high plank, push your hips to the ground and transition into a spinal extension. Stay strong here. We've got 20 seconds left. Next up, we've got 2 minutes of crawling transitions. We're going to link together the rollover and the kick through. From your base crawl position, straighten your legs and elevate your hips. Lift one leg, reach across your body, and extend for the ground as you roll into an inverted crawl position. Touch down and then reverse the path. Lead the movement with a reach of the arm, bringing you back to the foot-hand crawl position. As you return, keep your leg lifted and transition straight into a kick through. Switch sides and continue working this rollover kick through pattern for the remainder of the interval. Play with the tempo, add in different crawling movements, and take active rest as needed. Keep it going, just 20 seconds left before the switch. That's time. Next, we're moving on to half kneeling side bends, 1 minute per side. Start by coming into a tall kneeling position, then extending one leg straight out to the side. Place your hands behind your head and then flex laterally away from your straight leg. Keep your core braced throughout the entire movement. Use strength to support the stretch and feel the contractions of your muscles as you pull yourself back upright. Work within a range of motion that feels safe and strong for you. You can progress this movement by working with this variation, adding rotation at the top and bottom of the movement. We're at the halfway point. Go ahead, switch sides. "20 seconds left before our switch." That's time, and now we're on to our fifth movement. We're transitioning from a side sit to a side kick. Start off in a side sit position. Whichever leg is in front, you're going to post the same side arm down on the ground. Use your hand and front leg to press off the ground. Draw your back leg into a sideways kick. In this movement pattern, we're targeting the lateral muscles of the hips. Make any changes or adjustments to really feel those muscles get fired up. Feel that good burn and switch sides every 5 to 7 reps. Keep it kicking. We just got 20 seconds left. That's time, and now we're on to our sixth and final movement pattern, bridge variations. We'll run through a variety of different options here, and you can go with whatever works best for you. We're starting off with an alternating bridge march. Next, you can try a single leg bridge, lowering and lifting your hips 5 to 7 times per side. Next, play with your bridge position by walking your feet in as close to your hips as possible, maybe pressing your hands into the floor, and then walking your feet forward into a straight leg bridge. And then finally, if you've got good strength and range of motion, you might play around with this supine bridge rotation. From your bridge, thread one leg underneath the other, roll across your shoulder, and transition into a prone position or a push-up. Keep bridging for 20 more seconds. Excellent work. We're going to wrap up today's practice with one more bridge variation and then a few gentle movements to close things out. Set up your hip bridge and place your hands just outside your head. We're going to go for 5 bridge push-ups and hold the final rep for 15 to 20 seconds. Here we go. Last rep, press up and hold. Gently lower down out of your bridge. Draw your knees in towards your chest and rock back and forth. Rock up to a seated position. Continue holding onto your knees as you articulate your spine and roll your head and neck. Flip over to a knee hand position and continue showing your spine some love. Sit your hips back, transition to a squat or a forward fold, and with that, our practice today is complete. Thank you so much for coming out to move with me today. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and check out the links below for more movement goodness. I'm out of here, but you take good care of yourself, keep on moving, and I'll see you in the next practice.